let's talk about setting up your hatchlings. What's up, everybody? I'm Jeremy, and you're watching Morphs. This week's video, like I said, we are going to be covering setting up your hatchlings, from setting up the eggs after they've been laid, all the way up to your babies having their first shed and getting them ready for their first feeding. We're going to be covering all of that, how I go about setting everything up in this video. So make sure you guys sit back, relax, and hopefully this video is helpful. Do me a favor as well, folks. Please hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, drop me a comment down below. Was this video helpful? And what's your favorite baby that you get to see? Because you guys are going to get to see several different clutches throughout this video. So in the comments down below, which one's your favorite? Let me know. So let's go ahead and dive into setting up hatchlings. We're going to start off with the eggs. And you guys know we're just going to go through play by play as to every step and how to set them up properly. Let's get into it. Gettysburg Reptile Expo LLC is one of the premier shows of the Northeast. Located at the All-Star Event Complex in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, it's a 45,000 square foot venue that houses 270 plus tables, 125 plus breeders, with an amazing selection of snakes, lizards, geckos, turtles, amphibians, and invertebrates. Doesn't matter if you're a breeder looking for that next high-end piece to your project or a pet owner looking for your next scaly friend. Top it off, the sea serpents there to meet all of your racking and incubator needs. The show dates for 2025 are March 29th, July 19th, and November 8th. So make sure you stop out, and I will see you at Gettysburg Reptile Expo LLC. All right, we've got this clutch all set up, and if you don't know how I do my egg box setups, I will put a link up in one of the corners to one of the videos on how I do my egg box setups. But eggs are all ready to go, and we will go on to the next step of what you guys need to be doing when you're hatching your babies. So this is step one: get the eggs in the egg box, put them in the incubator, and then next up, it'll be time to cut. All right, so once you've cut your eggs, what I do is I just set up a separate egg box with a wet paper towel in there, make it pretty wet, soak it pretty good. And I just place the eggs in here, and I let them in here until they do come out of the egg. Now I put the egg box back in the incubator so that way everything stays up to temp. They stay nice and cozy warm. But once they come out of here, then I do a completely different setup. But by doing this method, since I use the Orbeez, it allows me to keep reusing the Orbeez as long as you don't get a whole bunch of junk in there with the Orbeez, like the albumin and stuff, and essentially cause the Orbeez to start to mold and just get nasty. As long as you keep those clean, this method, doing it like this, will allow you to be able to keep reusing the Orbeez. You just have to stay diligent and keep an eye on what, how the Orbeez are looking. But this is how I like doing it. It's been working out great for me. Just cut them, put them in here, put them back in the incubator, and wait for them to come out of the egg. And then we move on to the next step. ShedTesting.com is your premier choice when it comes to shed testing. Charlie is adding new tests on a regular basis, so make sure to stop by often to see what's been added to the website. Let ShedTesting.com shave years off of your breeding plans. They're fast, accurate, and can't be beat. Don't forget to use the code CARPET15 at checkout to save 15% off of your order. ShedTesting.com. Use the best. All right, so babies are all out of the egg. As they do come out, I do take the eggs out, so that way it's just one less thing in the bin. So it's kind of nasty in there. So what we do is we take the babies out of here and we put them in some room temperature water. One, it helps get off all that, just the albumin, eggy gunk stuff. Gets that off of them. Also helps wash off just all that nastiness from coming out and everything. Gets them nice and clean. After they sit in there for a little bit, swim around, we'll kind of wash them around a little bit, get that stuff off. All right, now that they're all washed off, got all that junk off of them, nice and clean. You can see, just nice setup. Wet paper towel, water dish for them. Gotta keep that paper towel wet. Now, the reason I do this and set them up each individually is because some of these I do want to shed test, not all of them, but some of these I do want to shed test, so you need to be able to know which animal the shed came from. So, like this little lady here, she is definitely getting shed tested. You guys will find out, I don't know, before or after this video comes out, what this clutch really actually is. But this is kind of a sneak peek because it just kind of lined up perfect for, doing the video. But gotta do some shed testing on this group, so that's why everything is individual. Normally, I would just kind of lump them all together if I wasn't planning on shed testing certain ones. But needless to say, we gotta do shed tests. So this is the setup that I use for it. Keep that paper towel nice and wet. Check it every day, guys. Make sure that it's not drying out, because you want to have nice high humidity for these babies, so that way they shed easy. This little one's trying to make the great escape. I am super excited for this one, though. Super, super excited. Hopefully the test that we're getting done proves out. But, sneak peek. Now, once they shed out, the setup changes slightly, so let's go and check that setup out. Head on over to Triforce Morphs if you're looking for that missing piece in your ball python breeding project. While you're there, add a little bit of lace or citron to the mix, folks. John and Christine can also hook you up with the crested gecko, so don't forget that. Turn up the heat with Triforce Morphs. If you want to use the best reptile record-keeping and tracking software on the market today, scan the QR code or click our partnership link in the description down below for a free 30-day trial of Husbandry Pro. I promise you, you will not regret it. All right, so your babies have all shed out, and now this is how I set them up after they've had their first shed. Just put in whatever substrate you are using. I'm using Cocoa to Go because I love Cocoa to Go. That's my substrate of choice for hatchlings, adults, and everything in between. Put a nice layer of the cocoa bedding down, water dish, and that's it, guys. Let them settle in there for a couple of days, and then I will offer them their very first meal, which normally they do take. Now, depending what size tub you're using, you might need to put a black plastic hide of some sort in there, just to give them that little, sense of comfort. This is a mini 130, so the tubs are really small. I don't want to say really small, but they're just the perfect size that you don't need a hide in there with them. Now, if we were to be putting them in the 1065 rack, like what I put my holdbacks and, kind of like the grow-ups in, that, yes, I would highly recommend putting a hide in there. But mini 130, nah, don't need it. Tubs are perfect size. Hatchlings fit in there just right. And this setup that I'm doing here, which is the cocoa, water cup, I've had great success with it. So that is all there is to setting up your hatchlings. And like I said, let them in here for a couple of days, and then go ahead, try feeding them. Just love this little thing. That one just glows. I do believe that's pastel vanilla exantic, hopefully het clown. Make sure you check out Nathan at Infinite Possible Pythons. He is your guy to go to if you want to get into the Bang project. On top of it, he's working a bunch of awesome ball python projects. Kahua geckos, Leachianus geckos, crested geckos, some scaleless corn snakes, and he is your one-stop shop for all your branding needs. So check him out. Check out Chris Shelley over at S Reptilia if you need a high-end ball python, blood python, locality boa, or colubrid. He's also Pennsylvania's distributor of Cocoa to Go and the Chipper, and he can also hook you up with some rats. So make sure you guys check out Chris over at S Reptilia. All right, everybody. I hope this video was super helpful. This is exactly how I go about, setting up the eggs, setting them up after they've hatched, setting them up after they've had their first shed, and preparing them for their first meals, and basically, just to start their little life off. If you do have any more questions, drop them in the comments down below and I will help you out as best as I can. This is exactly how I go about with my setup. It's worked great for me, and if it's not broke, don't fix it. So that's going to be it for this week's video, folks. Greatly appreciate all the love and support. Do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Drop that comment down below if you have any questions, or just let me know, there's some teasers in here. Babies you may have seen, may not have seen yet. Which one of the babies did you see that you like the best? Also, don't forget to go check out our channel members. Please, greatly appreciate all their love and support. Check out the channel sponsors as well. Don't forget, go and use shedtesting.com. Hit Charlie up, shedtesting.com. Use code CARPET15. Get that 15% off of your shed test. Without Charlie, I would have a lot of unknowns. I'll put it that way. Shed testing definitely has changed the game when it comes to breeding. And also, don't forget, Husbandry Pro, use code WARFLE60 when signing up and get that 60-day free trial. Link for all of that stuff is in the description down below, so don't forget to check it out. Also, don't forget, check out our link tree. Go to the incubator/animals available and see what's coming up available. See what's in the incubator ready to hatch. Get on the wait list, folks. It's all there. Husbandry Pro. Go ahead, check it out. Greatly appreciate all the love and support. Don't let some of these babies go. That I do end up offering up for sale. So that's going to be it. Don't forget, Inside the Coils, Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And I will catch you next time. Later.